Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Rybrook BMW launch of the new 4 Series. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Matt from Rybrook TV. We're here at a secret location to launch the iconic new 4 Series. So, without further ado, here it is. This year, we've had to adapt our launch of the 4 Series. Usually, we'd get you all into our showroom to have a look at the car for yourselves, but we've had to change that. This year, we're bringing the 4 Series directly into your home, on your phones, or wherever you're watching this. The 4 Series is due to be an icon in the coming years, mainly down to its extravagant and unique design. Now, this evening we also have Georgina Walton joining us. Georgina started with her training in the Chelsea College of Arts. Started off based in London, now she's based here in Shropshire. Georgina specialises in large-scale mixed pieces, and she's going to be painting alongside me this evening. Now, that's enough of us. Let's get on to the main event. So where do we begin with the new 4 Series? Well, the obvious place to start is the front end, because this is where the biggest change has come. And it's the biggest controversial change possibly in BMW's history, and it's the grills. Now, there's been so much talk around these, but they hark back to the likes of the 328 Coupe from the 1930s and the 3-litre CSL from the 1970s. And actually, they're not that big, are they? You get the honeycomb effect as standard with all of the 4 Series now. It used to be reserved for your M Performance models. You've got the lines here which beautifully follow the bonnet down into the grills. And something that you don't really notice in pictures is the concave effect around the BMW badge. It's really, really beautiful sculpture. Now we've got, on this car, the optional laser lights. They're part of the visibility package, and they, in themselves, are gorgeous. The detailing within those lights is sublime. I mean, take it all in. I think once you see this car in the flesh, it will change your perspective of it entirely. The grills down here are completely real. They're not blocked off. And the little air curtain here channels air along the side of the car, over the wheels and the brakes to keep them cool. Now, speaking of the side, let's go and take a look at that. Well, the side profile is very crisp, it's very clean. Let's quickly touch on these alloy wheels. These are the 19-inch alloys on this car. And actually sitting behind them, we've got the brake caliper, which is red for the first time. You can specify red brake calipers on your 4 Series. The side profile, I think, looks very, very 8 Series. It's very clean, it's very crisp. There's no big vents down in the side. It's just a very smooth, elegant design. But we still have a lot of the BMW design cues. So, for example, we've got the swage line, which runs almost dead central to the door. And then, of course, we've got the Hofmeister kink at the rear. Now, that's a first look at the front and the side, but what we really need to do now is go and see how the new 4 Series drives. So welcome then, everybody, to the driver's seat of the brand new 4 Series, and more specifically, the 440i. Now, I'm going to give you a very brief overview of how this car drives. It feels inherently sporty, but yet it's still got a lot of comfortable qualities about it. This car has got the adaptive suspension as well, which is sublime. You've got your comfort, you've got your sport mode, and they change depending on which mode you're in, and it genuinely makes a very big difference to how it drives. Now, as I've already mentioned, the 440i has near as makes no difference 370 brake horsepower. And well, let me just show you what that looks like. Go back into manual mode, drop it down. It sounds and feels fabulous, but it's so stable on the road. That X-Drive system is phenomenal. The roads at the minute are very slippery, but there's absolutely no slip from that four-wheel drive system. It just grips and goes. The traction that it offers on some very wet roads today is incredibly impressive. But I think the most impressive thing about this car is just how capable it is. This is a stylish sports coupe that can do pretty much everything. You pop it into comfort and it will demolish motorway miles, absolutely demolish motorway miles with such poise and grandeur. This car is epic. Please don't just take my word for it. Please use the link in this webpage. Book yourself a test drive at your nearest Rybrook retailer, because you will be beyond impressed by this. And it's not just about the way it drives, it's the way it looks, it's the way this interior feels. It's the whole 4 Series package. 4 Series is an experience. It's not just a car. It feels like so much more than that. It feels wonderful. So that's how the BMW 4 Series drives. But let's continue our look now at some of the design features and now the back end. We've got these really gorgeous thin LED lights which start round the side and move into the rear, which gives the back end a real sense of power and width. We've also got these enormous exhaust pipes on this car because this is the 440i, and well, have a listen to those. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Now, while we're on the subject of the exhaust and the engines, let's just run through some of the specification that's available. So, from launch, the new 4 Series is available with 3 petrol engines. The 420i, the 430i, and this, the 440i, with over 370 horsepower. This is the current range-topping model. Now, the 4 Series is available as an M Sport or an M Sport Pro Edition from launch. This is a Pro Edition. But the 4 Series isn't just about power and sporty feel. No, it needs to be practical as well. So let's have a look at the boot space. We've got 440 litres of boot space in there, which is plenty for weekend bags, shopping, the dog, the wife, anything that you want to put in there really. And then we've also got these split folding seats here. So for longer items, it just folds the back seats down, as simple as that. And this car has the electronically folding tailgate, which will make things a lot easier when you're coming to the car with loads of heavy shopping. Now, that's a look around the exterior features of the new 4 Series. Let's jump into the driver's seat and have a look at that interior. Now, inside the new 4 Series, the immediate thing you feel is the air of quality in here. All the materials are just put together so exceptionally well, which you kind of expect from BMW. But another thing I love is the driving position, which is helped no end by these new M seats. They are simply spectacular. They are, well, I think I first saw these on the M5, I would say. I think they are awesome. Now let's talk about standard specification. So we have the digital display directly in front of me, which can show the satellite navigation, a number of different things, so your media, your telephone and so on. We've also got the operating system 7 controller in the middle, which can be controlled either via touchscreen or the little dial down here. Now you can get Apple CarPlay and for the first time ever, Android Auto. Yes, Android Auto is now available. What a great thing. I think the main thing for me with this interior is it feels inherently sporty, but not sparse. It still feels like a really premium product. And now this exact car, this 440i, has got every single conceivable package on it. So some of the optional extras we've got on this car, we've got the Harman & Kardon sound system, we've got the heads-up display directly in front of me, we've also got all the active cruise control gubbins down here on the left, we've got a heated steering wheel, we've got adaptive suspension, we've got, I mean, the list is just endless. And another thing that I really do love is the ambient lighting. It's across the doors and across the dash. At night especially, it looks awesome and you can change the colour. Yeah, I think the interior of the 4 Series is brilliant. There's loads of space, plenty of cubby holes down here, plenty of space in the armrest here. Yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous place to sit, but don't just take my word for it. Use the link in the top of the screen and book yourself a test drive. Come in, experience the car for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Please use that button. Come and see the car for yourself. So there we go, a look around the BMW 4 Series. Thank you ever so much for joining us on our first ever virtual launch. Now, a couple of thank yous. Big thank you goes to Georgina. I think she has just created something spectacular over there. It really emulates the design language of the 4 Series. A massive thank you goes to the guys at Yarrington for helping us achieve something which we hope you've really enjoyed. Now, please use the link in the top of the screen to book yourselves a test drive. Subscribe to Rybrook TV for plenty more content on the 4 Series. And if you'd like any information on the 4 Series, use the links in the description of this video to contact any of our Rybrook BMW retailer sites. And I'll see you next time.